We've been talking about our sister and our friend all morning long, excited, waiting for her to be back here. Our movie and TV junkie here at the show let me know that the last time she was in studio when I was here was 2013.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, that can't be right.
One time you weren't here.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's been since 2013.
Which sounds ancient.
Yeah. Almost 10 years ago since I've seen this beautiful woman in person. I was telling her, Tracy G and Citizens of Sway in the morning, I see her pop up on different social media platforms, and I always just be like, thank you, God. I hope everything is going good. And Kim's like, just somebody who you just root for. I don't know any other way to explain it. I just root for you.
With ease.
With ease. Exactly, Tracy. And so when you finally, you don't know what you wishing to happy for, you just wishing that something is good and happy happening in this person's life, and then they pop up on a schedule here, Sway in the morning, they're going to come up. And then the word happy is next to their name because they're in a new show called Finding Happy. We're talking about the one, the only, Kim Coles is here. Hello. Talking about her new show, Finding Happy. I was telling you guys all morning, Tracy G and I. Tracy, who missed the glasses memo this morning.
I don't know what the hell
Tracy?
happened. This is like my 7th pair of glasses that I've lost, y'all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going to need to have like those chains so I can just dangle it around my neck. Yeah, bro.
Keep them going.
It's okay. You still in the crew, Tracy.
Yeah.
Right.
It is available now on Bounce TV, and she's playing the character Joe. We are so excited to hear all about this. Kim, how you been? How you feeling? I hope you felt me and Tracy prayers just rooting for you through social media and all the things.
I feel the love. I always feel the love. And I feel like we started around the same time, didn't we? You know, I started my stand-up career here in New York. I would say, I think I'm a lot older than you, but I started in 1985. And then, you know, I left here in 90, but I spent time here doing a little bit of radio, doing a little bit of this. So I feel like we were doing our thing around the same time.
I was 14 in 1985.
Okay, so I knew I was a little older than you.
Yo, you started doing comedy in 85?
Yes. But when you started doing your thing, I feel like our paths crossed.
We were crossing. But I'm going to say this to you with all due respect. The fact, I am blown away that we're not the same age. Like,
thank you.
You look like, seriously, Kim. Yo,
this
round
is
of
60,
applause.
almost 61. It's
almost 61.
happiness from the inside out. It's all the inside. We'll talk about, you know.
We have to.
And
Yeah,
moisture.
and moisture.
Moisture.
Yo.
Shea butter. And, you know, and creams and lotions and potions.
Wow.
You should see my bathroom. And no work yet. And one day I'll suck and tuck and pluck it. I'm going to suck it and tuck
If
it
you'd
and pluck it.
like.
I'm going to move it all up and, you know, with a little rubber band and put it up under my head. And then, you know, at night, let it fall down.
Yeah. Show Gravity who the real boss is.
Yo, so you started here in New York doing comedy.
I did.
And so
in
is
85.
in
Gosh.
85.
I love you said I was 14. I knew I was older than you, but I remember there was a moment where you were coming up and doing your thing, and we were all like, you know, here, you know, young and hungry and
So
trying to make it
92, I was just saying to everybody, the one thing I always tell people I have in common with Kim Coles, see, I could say the thing in common with Latifah. We're both from Jersey. We were both doing music full time, and we had that thing. And I was like, oh, and now she did living in the house of people like I did on Real World. So we was always doing that.
That was your thing.
So
yes.
it was Real World in 92 that had us all intertwined, Kim. That's what it was.
Indeed.
Wow.
Indeed.
So you went from here doing comedy in New York, and is it Living Color made you move to?
Living Color, 1990.
So
Maybe
who
moved to-
found you? Was it an audition for you?
It was an audition. It was an old school, like, you know, I was doing stand-up. I was doing stand-up at the Apollo, so Showtime at the Apollo. I was working all the local comedy clubs. And I remember running into Keenan at an event. And he says, "You that girl from the Apollo?" I was like, yes, I am. He says, "You do characters, right?" I was like, yes, I do. I'm doing a show. I want you to audition for it. I was like, oh, okay. And then I didn't know where to get the information. Somehow my agents or whatever asked me to audition for In Living Color. And the audition was to this day, still one of the most grueling auditions I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, because it was 17 parts. So those of us because he wanted stand-ups who could do characters. So that meant you had to go and do your stand-up act. So I did my stand-up at like Caroline's Comedy Club.
Okay.
And I did all my characters. Then the next day you were invited to go do improv with a bunch of other comedians. And he was mixing and matching people to see what they could, what they could do. And then if you passed that part, then you were flown out to LA to do it all again, at the Laugh Factory, do your stand-up, do your characters, and then it was like you're in or not in. And he went around the country looking for folks.
Sounds like a reality show,
It
like
does.
making
Early.
demands.
He should have filmed the whole thing.
He should have filmed the whole thing. 888-742-3345. Kim Cole is here joining us. She's going to be talking about finding happy in just a second, but now I'm fascinated about this, especially for future actors and actresses, because I consider you an actor. I don't look at you as comedian first. A lot
of people don't even know I started as a stand-up. Okay,
but I always thought you were funny. But
Right.
She's an actress. Yeah. So that's what I always saw first in you. That's what comes first. And I'll tell you what it was too, especially when you did that episode of Frasier. I never forgot that. Like, you were a standout and such a breath of fresh air. And a lot of notes that you gave playing a radio personality, which I think is ironic with this. We'll get into that later. But it's so important, like what you did. And I guess that comes from your experience in radio, that you were able to bring that character to life on that episode of Seinfeld. Going head to head with Kelsey Grammer. Do you know how hard that is?
Hello.
I should tell you too, he was a sweetheart. I get goosebumps every time I talk about how he welcomed me on the show and hi, how are you? And hey, have some of he gave me some of his food. You want something to eat here? He couldn't have been more welcoming. But where are you from? What's your background? And he's the star. Not only is he the star, he's the executive producer. And he's been doing this for, he's an icon. And the show is like a top 10 show. Yeah. And so that he took the time to get to know me and be lovely and let me play. So what do you want to add? And then I had to teach him how to do this, because he was like, one of the lines was, we don't do that. I said, and he was doing it like this. I said, no, we go up, and we go like, and he did his little neck. Yeah. I said, okay, you can go ahead.
Because you don't point at the person.
No,
you gotta.
We don't point.
I'm bringing you all the things. Right. So back to that too, the audition process. Yeah. So when you said Keenan said characters, are these characters that you had to create?
Yeah.
Or character? Oh wow.
So you had to bring a luggage, a bag full of your own characters, so they could know what they could develop and what to give to the writers to develop around. So yeah. So most of I would guess, and I don't know about the later years, I would guess that most of the performers on that show had a list of characters. I know we presented a list of people that I could do and accents that I could do, which is, out of the family, the Amon family, because I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah. And what I'm doing is I put a H there, a all-purpose, my Jamaicans know what I'm doing, a all-purpose accent. And all these people come together. You grow up knowing these things, right?
So then,
that is right, darling.
Kim, now that I'm thinking about it, all that you're contributing to a show like Living Color, do you get paid not only as an actor but also?
No, you get paid as an actor.
That's it.
I'm sure there may be some other people who were receiving another check because they were, writing also.
That's like development, yeah.
Right. No, you're a gun for hire in that case. Yeah.
So you go from that, Kim.
Yes.
To
I did the first season of that show, and then about 18 months or so of remember they used to give you holding deals.
Yes.
You would get a deal like, we love you, you're talented, we'll give you money not to do nothing with nobody else.
I had that at MTV after Real Work.
Yeah, of course. And then they either develop something for you or they don't.
Not.
But at least you get a little check when you're sitting around waiting like, when throw me back in the game, coach.
Yeah. Yep.
So and a little bit later, Warner Brothers had a meeting with me and a meeting with Queen Latifah, and they asked me, what do you think of a show about women and how they feel about life and men and their careers and friendships? And by the way, what do you think of Queen Latifah? And I didn't know they were having the same meetings with her at the same time. And they put the two of us together and then found Yvette Lee Bowser to create this show about these relationships, about life and love and figuring out.
How did your name come up to help develop the show around? Did you ever find that story? Do you know?
No, I think there was some heat on me after In Living Color. There was some
Okay.
heat. I had just done a whole year of a show. I wanted to work more because there was a list I gave them, like, throw me back in the game, coach.
Right.
So I had more, and I guess I had enough heat on me for people to pay attention, to go like, hey, what do you think? Hey. And one deal
Wow.
had expired. It was time for a new deal.
New deal. And then how long in Living Single? How many years
Five
and seasons?
seasons. 5
Wow.
seasons. 5 seasons.
That's a very big deal in
Awesomeness.
television.
Awesomeness. Shout
And
out,
love.
yes,
Like
shout out,
immediate love.
to
Shout
Kim
out.
Fields,
Please.
Erica Alexander.
Genius.
Shout
All of
out
us,
to Queen
all of us.
Latifah, of course. Every
Please.
single the
John
male
Hinton,
John Hinton.
T.C. Carson.
Yes.
And then later on, we had other folks like, Cress Williams, who's now Black Lightning.
Yes, that's
and Mel
right.
Jackson, who came in and did the 5th season.
Heavy D did
Come
some
on,
episodes.
please.
Yes.
Had a recurring role as a love interest. Sean Baker, who was Russell from the,
Yes.
who worked in The Office, who's from here as well.
Yes.
I said here, excuse me. He's from ear. He's from ear
As well.
That's right.
Beautiful. And then Kim, I feel like that 5-year run we watched, we all fought, we wanted Living Single back on television. Things happen, Hollywood, the craziness. And as I mentioned, we would see Kim pop up in different places. We were talking about Strictly Business this morning as well.
I think Strictly Business happened
early. That had to
early.
be early.
Yeah. I think it happened before. Like after In Living Color, but before Living Single.
Okay, you
I
was
think.
thrown in there.
I don't know. I've had such a long career.
Got you.
Come
No,
on
you
now.
have decades, darling. Decades.
Yeah.
And so now we are here today. You got to say decades, darling. Decades, darling.
Decades, darling.
Yes.
We just did a panel for Finding Happy, and the God love her, the panel host said, Kim, what's it like to be back on screen? And I didn't want to, I answered her, oh, I've never left. And I didn't mean to be rude or like, let me let you know. It's just like people don't always see that you're working. I've done multiple shows. I've
Absolutely.
had talk show deals. I've had, other episodic stuff. And if you don't see, then you don't know that we, sometimes you do work that gets seen by others and you get invited on the, on the Sirius radio shows. Sometimes you do stuff and you do it and put it in a can and it's gone, and it's all a part of the building of your career and staying and praying for longevity. And so I've never left, darling.
Absolutely.
I'm not going anywhere.
She's
Let
not
'em
going
know.
anywhere. Decades, darling. Decades. We got Dan on the line, and I know Tracy want to jump in after that, calling in from the Inland Empire. Dan, say hello to our good friend Kim Coles.
What up, Dan?
Family, good morning, family.
Good morning.
Heather B, Jersey, stand up.
Jersey, stand
Tracy,
up.
But Miss Kim Coles, let me explain something to you right now. I'm trying my best not to talk about how I was crushing on Sinclair when I was a young boy in Jersey. I'm not going to talk about that. I just want to give you flowers and tell you one thing that I enjoy about you and your career and your craft. You always bring this light to the stage or to the camera. And it's the thing that I will always gravitate towards.
Yes.
So I just want to let you know I've appreciated everything you've ever done. You were one of the first women that I ever felt was funny, beautiful, and real all together. Whether it was in Living Color, Living Single, Strictly Business, doesn't matter. Anything I've seen you in, I just always smile. And you're a constant professional, and you're just always a joy to watch. So I just want to give you these flowers and tell you that I appreciate you, and I'm pretty sure all the other listeners appreciate you as well.
Dan, I gotta keep you away
Dan
from
the
Kim.
man.
Yeah, he sound like he want to lick your ankles or something. Kim, he just sounds so happy. He want to start low.
I didn't hear that part of the conversation.
What'd you say, Dan?
We translated it.
I said I'm about to file for my divorce. Simple as that. Not on the phone.
Do I get a say in the matter? I'm already connected to someone wonderful. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for the offer.
I can hear it, Kim. I hear it with these kind of men. I hear it. We love you, Dan. You're a citizen.
That's why in the morning.
Tracy G, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I got a couple things for you, but I gotta
Yes, I
say,
know.
Kim, especially since you're right next to me, I need to know about your relationship with the color purple, and not the book, the movie, but the hue purple. Because when I think of you, that's what I see, and I feel like there's maybe something deeper than just, oh, you think it looks really cute on you.
Oh.
Is there?
Why wouldn't there be? It's a royal color, as we
Yes.
know, and on the surface, or not even on the surface. So there's purple, it's pretty. Then there's purple, it's royal, and then there's purple, the richness and the the association with the crown chakra.
There it is.
So you felt that, that I've got like a purple amethyst crown.
Yes.
I just love Not to mention, I love the crystals and all the things, but just I'm really working and practicing staying spiritually aligned as I would, we always say the God of your understanding. So whatsoever that is, for me, it's just staying connected to source. And if purple reminds me to do that, then I'm gonna braid it in my hair.
Yes.
I'm gonna paint it on my toenails.
Everything.
I'm gonna wear the crystals and be, find the purple accents.
Come on. I love that you shared that. So do you remember, if you could compare and contrast your life before you started really investing in your spirituality, how was life as an experience for you then versus how it is now?
You're good. You think you have it together. We all think we have it together. We all think that we're happy and well and joyful and all the things. And then there's a place that you, when you start practicing spirituality and practice connecting to source on a regular basis, that there is a deepness, a richness, and it's almost like it goes wide. It's like it goes, both deep and wide at the same time, that more is available to you. And I could have only gotten there because I went through difficult times. Because people don't know that I went through a depression after living single. So we talk about the 5 years and it was amazing, but there was a drop off after that, not going to work with my friends and my family every day. By the way, crew and cast becomes family. And the contrast, as you said, of not working and not, the money not coming in anymore. And what I did to handle my depression was shopping. I shopped it all away because I didn't think I deserved it. I'm just a girl from Brooklyn. I don't deserve this pretty house and this nice car and this whatever talk I had in my head. And I had to get really present to that I have value no matter whether or not I'm on the TV box or not.
Come on.
The idiot box. Remember your parents used to call it the idiot box.
Yeah, yep.
So I had to really do the work to find out that I had value and I had light, whether or not I was doing that, and how could I bring my gifts forward? How could I do what I do, whether or not I was on the idiot box? And so that began I can go deeper, I can go higher, I can go wider. Right. And not without the expectation that somebody has to give me a job for that to happen. So what happens is you get the Finding Happies, or you get, a reality show. I don't know if it's on your. I don't know if you know that I'm did another reality show. Is it on your paperwork? We'll talk.
Yep.
We'll talk. I did another reality show. We'll talk. But it's staying grounded in the truth that we all have light. And part of my purpose is not just acting or the comedy. It's that I can help other people unlock that for themselves.
Yes.
So I have a whole other world that is me as a coach. I'm an intuitive radiance coach. You're welcome.
Ooh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So people can go on a website and schedule time with you.
Give out the website.
KimColes.com.
Boom.
Actually, there's a free Design Your Life ebook on that course right now. You get a whole little download where I'm really talking about really stepping into your value, like owning it, owning where you are and all that
and finding happy. And that's what it's about. She's here today to talk about it, citizens. Kim Coles, we're talking about now. It says Cedric the Entertainer is an executive producer. Talk about the show. I'm watching, supporting, absolutely.
Yeah, b.simone's in it too.
b.simone
another friend of the show. Love b.simone.
Love.
Talk about this,
so
Kim.
You have, Cedric the Entertainer and his partner Eric Rohn. Their company is Bird and a Bear. They come together and find, I think the story is based on someone who works in Cedric's camp. Her name is really Yaz, and that's the character that b.simone plays. And there's stories about her life that, really made for a rich TV show. So they use her stories and get a team of producers. They hire Kendra Joe, a singular writer, I should say, who is now also the showrunner of the show. And she wrote all of the episodes of all these characters, of these young and not so young women who are on a quest and on a journey to find their happy, like all of us always are. And, through dating and, you'll have b.simone on the show. She'll tell you from her perspective, but it's just about is this all there is? Is there more? Yeah. Am I supposed to be married now? Who says I'm supposed to be married now? Why don't I have kids? Do I even want kids? What's going to happen with my job? Do I even want a job? Do I want to be, just all the questions, all the things that we all have. And then, Angela Gibbs, who's Marla Gibbs' daughter, plays her mom and my sister, and she has her set of questions that she's asking herself. I'm Marquita Patrice, who is another amazing talent who plays my daughter. You're going to have her up here, too. She's also an amazing singer. I'm shouting everybody out. They're all amazing.
As you should.
So, she's my daughter, and she's answering questions about what she wants to do, and as am I. And so I love that they've done this intergenerational experience. So even though the young women may be the forefront, but you've got these other, these older women who are trying to figure things out. And in my case, I'm
well.
trying to figure out what to do with my health because I'm eating way too much sugar, you know, as I do in real life. And, ladies and gentlemen, is this thing on? So yeah.
Real
So
life
that's it.
stuff, though.
It
Real
was
life
all
stuff.
Real life stuff.
We got Billy on the line,
Oh, Billy on the
calling
line.
in from Missouri.
so fast.
No. It's Kim. You here to talk and share, and we appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Real talk.
Absolutely.
Billy on the line, calling in from Missouri. Billy, what's up? What you want to say to Kim?
What up, Bills?
Oh, appreciate y'all. B, Tracy G, what
What
up?
up?
St.
Hey,
Louis
hey.
in the house.
Yes, sir.
Like my man from Jersey said, you know, this is about appreciating you, giving you your flowers. I don't think you understand how loved you are in these
Yeah.
streets. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because
Truly.
I grew up 82 watching you on the TV. You know, with the living single, all that stuff. I'm telling you, you've been true to you for so long. You
Yes.
showing like young black women how to do it. You know, I mean, as a guy, I was watching Girlfriends and all these other shows because women is doing their thing, and there's not a lot of black TV out there that you get to be true to yourself. So I'm just appreciating you, giving your flowers. Thank you for not selling out like some people do to make $1.
Uh-oh.
You showing these young girls in the game they can really do it and be funny and make their money and they paper on their terms, not
Yes.
selling out like some of these other cats be doing. I ain't saying no names, but y'all know who they are in the industry. They be taking these weird roles, but you did you. You got that black queen energy, and the Lord has shown some favor on you and your
Yes.
career, and I just want to give you your flowers.
$1 billion bill. Thank you, sir.
So I'm H. Billy. Billy, you know how we do it. Love you,
buddy.
brother. You a
Hey,
citizen.
you know, hey, all Glockdale.
All Glockdale, baby. You know what it is. Billy, make sure
All
you
right,
let
y'all.
your friends and everybody know about Finding Happy. It's available now on Bounce TV. We got to support this and make sure that shows like this and these stories continue to get told. And we do that by supporting these shows and getting these numbers out there. And that's how these stories continue to get told. DB,
Yeah, real quick.
We own that.
Oh,
That's
I didn't-
it.
I didn't know Billy was still on the line. My
I got
bad.
him. Sorry, Billy.
So Kim, I just want to ask because the way Living Single and a lot of the sitcoms that were shot back in that era, I love that format. Like just having a few stages, you know what I mean, where you have the house, you know, the work environment
The
or whatever,
office,
right? And then now I've seen people try to emulate that style of sitcoms on other, you know, platforms and things like that, but it doesn't seem to stick. And I was wondering if it's because people don't sit around the TV and watch every week like we used to, because now you can just literally just binge everything you want in one day. Do you feel like not having that sort of anticipation that comes from the week to week, like next episode coming up, you know what I mean? Like, do you feel that plays a part in how long and committed people stay with the show?
That's a really good question. You know, from my perspective, there's a couple of things there. Number one, I like the old-fashioned where there's 4 cameras, you're catching all of it all at the same time, you shoot it, you have an audience, you know, it's like doing a little play every week. So I kind of miss that way of being. This was shot like a film, you know, very sort of disjointed, and so there's that aspect of it. But I haven't even thought about that. That's interesting. You know, the good news is I remember even during the pandemic, we caught up on shows and we were able to binge watch everything because, like you said, people's attention span is a little short. And so they just give it all to me. I don't want to wait. So I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know because this is, I think, the first show I've been on in a while that's like this, that's going to roll out on a you know, regular schedule.
That you have to wait for. You
That
can't.
you have to wait for.
That's
But
my
I think
preference.
is that your preference?
Yes.
Well, you know, their job is then to build the anticipation, to make you fall in love with the characters, whether you love them or whether you love to hate them, enough to watch the next week. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. That's a good question.
I think Netflix
don't know.
announced that they're
What do you
going to
prefer?
stop doing binges too. They're going to stop it.
Yeah.
Most of the shows they're signing now will be out during every week.
And we'll
every
see
week.
if the audience decides to go, it's worth my time to wait for it to
They do it with power. They do it.
Yes,
They do it with power.
Look,
This is us.
This is the. They
Right,
did it. They did it
right.
with
So
certain
that's a
shows.
good question.
She said, "What do you prefer, DB?"
What do you prefer?
I prefer the weekly rollout or the, you know, instead of just giving everybody the entire season in one shot. I think we kind of need to revert back of having a little bit more patience so that we can have a little bit of a longer attention span, you know, because everybody's so I want it now instantly,
Yeah,
click
yeah.
everything, like I don't want to wait. And I'm guilty of it too. So I would like to get away from that sort of like
Right.
incessant need to get everything like right that second.
Right.
Man.
I think maybe now that we're, you know, all back out again and productions are up and rolling full blast, I think people are going to start rolling. Like, you know, I do and I don't enjoy waiting for family business. I'm like, give me my episode, give me.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, we caught up on seasons 1 through 3, and I was like, now I gotta wait.
Well, yeah.
But there's I love that.
Such is life.
Such is life.
You
Wait
gotta
for
wait.
it.
You gotta wait. Well, listen,
something
no
to wait for.
waiting, y'all. Finding Happy. It is out now, available on Bounce TV. Kim Coles, man, she's in it. This is our sister. This is our friend. Thank you, Kim.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And give out your website again. Where can people reach you?
You can go to KimColes.com. I am at Kim Coles on all the socials except for Facebook, where I'm Real Kim Coles. I'm all the places, all the things. And you should invite me back when you hear about the reality show I did.
Okay.
You don't even know.
Say less, Kim. I got your phone number now.
2 words. Dennis Rodman. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night.
And have a beautiful day. We love you. We love you. We love you. God bless you. And we have nothing left to say.